There is someone on your mind right now. Maybe they've been there for days, maybe for years. You've tried to let it go, but somehow, without permission, they keep coming back in the quiet moments, right before you fall asleep, in the middle of an ordinary Tuesday. You've probably asked yourself, why can't I stop thinking about this person? What if I told you the Bible has an answer, and it's not what you think? It's not coincidence. It's not weakness. There is a spiritual reason your mind keeps returning to them, and by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly what it means. Let's start with the truth most people never hear. Your thoughts are not random. Scripture tells us in Philippians 4:8 to fix our minds on what is true, noble, and right, which means what fills your mind is never neutral. It's either being planted there or it's growing there for a reason. So when a person occupies your thoughts persistently, day after day, it's worth asking, is this longing? Is this unfinished business? Or is this something deeper trying to get your attention? Because here's what nobody tells you. Sometimes the thoughts you can't shake aren't about the person at all. They're about what that person represents. Unhealed pain, unspoken words, a part of your story that hasn't closed yet. Think about Joseph in the book of Genesis, sold by his own brothers, forgotten in a prison cell. Yet Scripture shows us he carried them in his heart for over a decade. He didn't stop thinking about them, but when the moment finally came to face them again, in Genesis 45:5, he said something remarkable. Do not be distressed or angry with yourselves. God sent me before you to preserve life. Joseph's mind stayed tethered to his brothers, not to torment him, but to prepare him. Sometimes God allows someone to remain in your thoughts because there is a reckoning coming, not revenge, but resolution. A conversation you still need to have, a forgiveness you still need to release, or closure you haven't given yourself permission to receive. But let's be honest, not every person who lingers in your mind is there for healing. Sometimes it's attachment, sometimes it's longing for what could have been. And this is where Scripture gets surprisingly practical. In 2 Corinthians 10:5, Paul writes about taking every thought captive to obey Christ. That word captive matters. It means your thoughts are not always your master. You have the authority to interrogate them, to ask, is this thought leading me closer to peace or further from it? This doesn't mean the person was evil or that thinking of them is sinful. It means you have the power to examine why they still have space in your mind and whether that space is helping you grow or keeping you stuck. Now here is where it gets more personal. Sometimes you can't stop thinking about someone because your heart is trying to tell you something about yourself. Proverbs 4:23 says, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Your heart isn't just an emotional organ in Scripture, it's the control center of your desires, decisions, and direction in life. So when someone occupies that space uninvited, it may be revealing what you value, what you're afraid of losing, or what you never got to say. And that's not something to be ashamed of. That's something to bring before God, honestly, instead of burying it and pretending it isn't there. There's another possibility worth considering, one that has nothing to do with your past at all. Sometimes a person stays on your mind because God is preparing you for something that hasn't happened yet. Think of Isaac, waiting quietly in the field at the end of the day in Genesis 24, before he even knew Rebekah's name, before their paths had crossed. Scripture doesn't explain what stirred in his heart that evening, but soon after she arrived and their story began. Not every persistent thought points backward to something broken. Some point forward to something being formed, a reunion, a partnership, a relationship God is quietly assembling before either person realizes it. If your thoughts feel hopeful rather than heavy, this may be less about closure and more about preparation. There's also a quieter possibility. Sometimes God places someone on your heart, not because of your past with them, but because they need your prayers right now. Intercession often begins exactly this way, a name that won't leave your mind, a face that keeps surfacing uninvited. 1 Thessalonians 5:17 tells us to pray without ceasing. Maybe the reason they keep appearing in your thoughts isn't about you at all. It may be an invitation to lift them up, even from a distance, without them ever knowing. So which one is it for you? Unfinished healing? A thought that needs to be taken captive? A mirror showing you your own heart? Or a quiet call to pray for someone who needs it? Only you can discern that, but Scripture gives you the tools to ask the right question instead of carrying the confusion in silence. Because here's the deeper truth. The human mind doesn't wander toward people by accident. It moves toward what still matters, what still needs attention, or what still needs release. And once you understand which one it is, that person stops controlling your peace, and you finally start to feel free. If someone came to mind while watching this, don't ignore it. Bring it to God honestly, and let Him show you why. If this message reached you at the right moment, let me know by typing "I understand now" in the comments below. Subscribe for more biblical truth that speaks directly to what you're going through, and I'll see you in the next one. God bless you.